Niemand ist so bekannt für seine kreativen und innovativen Projekte wie Dangerholm. Ich bin hier mit Gustav Gullholm aus Schweden und er baut für Scott oder mit Scott einige richtig coole Bikes und auch hier am Stand von Scott sind zwei. Wir haben ein weiteres bei Trickstuff drüben, also insgesamt 3 richtig schicke Bikes, ein Spark, ein Solace eRide und ein Scale und ja, ich werde ihm gleich mal ein paar Fragen stellen und euch eben zeigen, was es mit den ganzen Bikes zu tun hat. Gustav, great to be with you here and talk about the bikes. You have been building lots of Sparks and Scales in the past. What's your favorite Scott bike?
Well, it would be the Spark. It's the one I ride the most. But honestly, I do a lot of gravel riding also. So it depends on what the mood is.
Very cool. So we have another Spark here. What is your favorite part about the bike?
The favorite part is definitely the handlebar. It's a prototype concept based on my own design idea. So like 2 years ago I made a prototype in wood of the concept, and now Synchros has actually made like a fully rideable 3D printed aluminium version. So the idea is to make it easy to work on the bike. So instead of going internally inside the handlebar, you just click the cables up in place, so it's super easy to work on.
Very cool, and it's also made with a brand close to Stuttgart, where we come from, Trumpf. And there are lots of other cool bits. What about the rear derailleur cage?
Yeah, so another Trump part. Actually, four different Trump parts on this one. So you have the Trickstuff 3D printed brake levers, the bottle cage from Geek, and then also the rear derailleur. And the rear derailleur is like a design concept from me and a Canadian design and engineering business called Faction Bike Studio. So it's actually just for fun, just to make something super crazy, and it looks pretty wild.
It does, definitely. What's the idea for the color? Why did you choose red for this one?
So I did build a Spark in the same color like a couple of years ago. Yeah, and I sort of don't ride it anymore and plan to sell it. So now I still want to have a Rosso Corsa Ferrari red bike, so I just went for it.
Bit of Formula One with that?
Exactly.
Great. So let's head over to the next bike, I'd say. You just talked about riding. Do you actually ride all of these bikes? I mean, this one looks really crazy.
Yeah, the plan is always to ride the bike, so the problem is just that I work too much and ride too little, but I hope to change that. But this bike, I didn't expect that I would want to ride it that much because, you know, I have all these super light, super nice bikes, but I just had a quick test ride before the show, and I felt like a 10-year-old kid on the bike because it's like you're on a monster truck in a movie or something, so I actually think I would ride it quite a lot.
Cool, all right. And you can't really see what Scott bike it is. I already told it, but tell us about the bike.
Yeah, so it's a Solace gravel eRide, which is, you know, it's a really nice, comfortable e-bike to ride. But I felt like, let's do something crazy because, I mean, it's not maybe the most exciting segment of bikes, but no matter if you're into downhill or road bikes, you can look at this bike and go like, oh shit, this is cool, you know?
Yeah. My favorite part is definitely the discs, the rotors. It's crazy. Yeah. Probably not UCI legal. What's your favorite part? Is it the fork? It looks absolutely crazy.
The fork is definitely the favorite part. So I came up with the design, and then I reached out to Money Bikes, which is a American-based frame builder, and asked if he could do it, and he said yes. But of course also the brake discs from Brake Stuff in Germany, they are quite something. And hopefully, I mean, we'll see how the pad wear is, but technically they're functional also.
Mega. All right. So this bike is called Wasteland. What is the idea behind? Is it meant to be close to the film Mad Max, or yeah? It's a kid's inspiration from you?
Definitely Mad Max, and especially like the movie that came a couple of years ago. I just loved the motorcycles and vehicles from that. So I just felt like I want something in that style in my own garage and actually be able to ride it. So the question is just, what do you wear when you ride this bike, right? Not Lycra, right?
I mean, you are used to wear some different stuff, as we see now also. So we have this bike, and let's head over to Trick Stuff. Wir gehen rüber zu Trickstuff. Wir haben 2 Bikes hier am Scott-Stand gesehen und drüben, da gibt es noch ein richtig leichtes Scott Scale. Also hier haben wir ein Bike, das nicht dafür gedacht ist, absolutes Leichtgewicht zu repräsentieren, aber da geht's jetzt hin. Gäste-Weight habe ich heute Morgen schon auf Instagram gelesen. 6,1 Kilo hätte ich gedacht. Tatsächlich 5.860 Gramm, sub 6 Kilo. Gustav, crazy project, huh? Talk us through the bike.
Yeah, this was going back to the Dangerholm roots, like building something crazy lightweight. And yeah, the base is of course a Scott scale frame, and then I went all crazy with the components to really count every single gram. So quite some cool stuff, like the prototype seat post combo from Darimo, and it looks very, very odd, very different. But there is some good reasoning behind it. Like, it's actually not as light as possible because we also focused on comfort. Because with this construction, you will have a lot of saddle shell flex. So that is the sign that the bike is actually meant to be ridden, just not, of course, always with the Thunderbird tires. Because yeah, let's be honest, they're pushing the limit.
Okay, the seat post looks absolutely futuristic for sure. Let's talk about the normal rider. What do you think is the best part of the bike to save weight for just the normal guy?
So of course the traditional answer is the wheels and tire setup. For example, I mean, the biggest change in recent years where you actually can save a lot of weight is the rims. So in 2017, when I built the world's lightest bike, I paid 1,000 euro per rim for 300 gram rims. And these are 250 and they are 30.6 millimeter wide. So a good modern lightweight wheel set is probably the best investment.
Yeah, I think so too. When you go through the halls here and have a look at new stuff and you're always having in mind what's my new project, what is something you want to see to be equipped at your new bike?
Oh, it's a good question. You know, it's like I always like to see where people go a bit to the extreme, like come with something really innovative. And of course, as we saw with other bikes, I'm also a fan of integration. So if it can be combined, like lightweight and nice looks, it's a product for me.
All right, apart from the seat post, what's something very special about this bike?
So of course there was a lot of work to polish the fork. It's not a big weight saving, maybe 25 grams, but it's good for the looks. But otherwise a highlight for me is once again the wheel set. So the wheel set is 869 grams. So that is just, you know, crazy light.
That's really ridiculous. And I'm always looking forward to see you ride the bikes as well.
Yeah, and I mean, that is the big goal. I've been sort of, once again, working too much and riding too little. So people are starting to wonder, like, does he even use the bike or are they just show bikes? But yeah, I mean, in the past, if I built the world's lightest bike, it was my training bike, my racing bike and everything. So I just need to get back in the saddle.
Definitely. You just said working. Not everybody thinks that this is work. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's lots of hours spent in the workshop building these bikes. How long does such a project take for you?
Actually, this one is a little bit faster because sometimes when I have to paint, of course, and work on like integration details, some projects are like probably 200 hours of work at least. But then also in my case, it's the photo and video production and communication to sort all the parts and research and read the forums and check the new product section at R2 Bike just to see what's coming, so it's like the hours add up.
Sick, and I'm always looking forward to see the next bike, so we'll be back here next year to see your new builds of Eurobike 2025. Cheers, Gustav, to talk through the bikes. Mega cool, verrückte Projekte hier an den Ständen von Trickstuff und Scott von Dangerholm. Immer wieder schön zu sehen, was er kreiert. Und ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Bleibt uns gewogen und nicht vergessen, alles ist fahrbar.